What's up, guys? ArtistVersion1 here, and welcome back to another episode of the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. And of course, you can't have the three-way dance unless there's three of us. So joining me, as always, is Shelby, aka Shubs.
Heyo.
And joining me, as always, is a flock of seagulls, Nick.
What's up?
There we go.
Flock
All
of
right.
seagulls?
Flock of I figure I'd change it up. He's no longer Mr. Roboto Domo. Figure flock of seagulls, Anyway.
We're just going to be different 80s related music acts.
There we go. Yeah.
The Aha next week.
I know next week he'll be what's their song? It'll be Take On Me, Nick and shit. All right. So we got another review for you guys this week. We have Hell in a Cell, which I didn't watch.
You're full of shit. You're so full of shit.
What? I can't not watch a show?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You can't not watch it.
You might have gotten by without it, actually.
Yeah.
All right, probably. But I did end up watching it. But we also have some news here. Plus, we're going to play It Came From eBay. We're going to play our new game, the 3-Word Dance, Sports Solicit a Week, plus our vintage picks, questions, all that good stuff. So let's get right into it, and let's get into some news here. Again, kind of a slow news week, kind of, sort of, maybe, so let's go ahead and let's start with some Raw news here. Apparently, USA Network upset with WWE that Fox was able to get a Hell in a Cell match on free TV. So USA pouted, and they eventually got one last night. They got their Hell in a Cell match. So not talking about the pay-per-view, did y'all see the Rey Mysterio and Roman Reigns and the Bobby Lashley and Woods?
No.
I only saw the clips they showed at the pay-per-view of Roman Reigns and Mysterio.
Oh yeah, that, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley one, and I actually thought that was better than one of the ones on the pay-per-view, but I guess we'll get there. Well, I can't say that because I actually have something to say about one of the ones in the pay-per-view, and we'll get there. All right, well, we'll just know that WWE was in a little bit of hot water with USA Network for giving Fox one, so I think that's why we saw one on Monday, just so WWE was like, fine, here.
That's kind of the problem of being on two different networks, is they're going to be kind of competing with each other in that fact, right? So if you do something for one, you kind of have to do it for the other one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's why it was Lashley versus Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you one, but it's not going to mean anything.
Well, yeah, but at least it was. Y'all didn't see it, but it was a pretty good Hell in a Cell match. I mean, they didn't have a lot of time to work with, but it was a pretty fun match.
Oh, that's good, at least.
Yeah, I would check it out if you have time. And also coming out of Raw, holy fucking shit! Let's talk about Nikki Cross.
Oh man, I saw a
Nikki
picture
Cross
of this.
debuted a new look on Monday Night Raw. And, she's been getting a little bit of a push lately. She's gotten some wins over Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. And now, apparently, she's channeling her inner Hurricane for some fuck reason. And now she's...
Hurricane. Super Eric.
Whatever.
I like that better. Super Eric.
Whatever it is, I don't like it.
Yeah, it looks pretty stupid. It does.
I seriously thought they were just going to call her the Butterfly, Nikki Cross.
Oh.
I seriously thought that's where they were going with that. She had a big fucking butterfly on her chest and a fucking cape and a mask and shit. I was like, oh shit, man, they're gonna do this, man. And she was talking about making change for herself. Caterpillar turns into a butterfly, change, metamorphosis. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna call her the Butterfly, fucking Nikki Cross, aren't they?
The Butterfly. I mean, here's the thing, right? There's been a lot of stupid gimmicks that have come down. Nobody liked it when
a butterfly would be good.
Nobody liked it when they put Cesaro and Sheamus together, but they ended up, doing good shit.
The bar.
Yeah, but most people didn't like it when they started doing it. So, I mean, maybe this will become something that's actually entertaining.
I just don't like the look of it. It just looks fucking retarded.
It does. It looks really stupid.
I'm not saying, again, I have nothing against Nikki Cross as an athlete / wrestler or anything. I just think it looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The green, or not the green, I'm sorry. The blue and the yellow just don't go well on her, man.
No.
Yeah.
Tights don't either.
I just, I don't know. I'm not liking it. I just, this has to be a Shane Helms idea.
Apparently.
Well, he did put it over on Twitter or something, didn't he?
Well, but apparently it was a Nikki Cross idea.
Whatever gets you on TV, kid.
Well, there's something to be said about that.
She's already getting on TV.
Okay, whatever keeps you on TV, kid.
Yeah, whatever keeps you on TV. Mason T. Ware.
Yeah. All right, and next up we have some news from our old friend Lars Sullivan.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, he wants to start training to be a bare knuckle boxer / regular boxer. I don't know if you guys are into the boxing world or anything like that, but would you guys want to check out a Lars Sullivan or what's his real name, Dylan Miley boxing fight?
No. Oh, I didn't care.
Yeah, not really boxing guy, but
what was that, Nick?
I didn't care for Lars Sullivan, and
really?
I don't really do boxing.
Oh man, I dug Lars Sullivan, man. I'll admit, like at first when he first came out, I was just like, okay, we're gonna. Because I'll admit, I always had the idea that he was Russian. Apparently, they never. I must have made that in my own head. I always thought he was Russian. Maybe because he wore red and his name was Lars. Maybe I kind of put that together in my own head. So like I was just like, oh, okay, so they're just going with big foreign heel. Okay, we see how this always works out. But
sometimes it works out.
But I actually liked what he could do and everything. Plus, he had a sick ass theme music.
Yeah. The way that they filmed him coming to the ring too was always pretty good too.
His I guess you could say past demons, I guess would be the best way to put it. Just caught up with them in the worst way. And even then, WWE was still willing to work with them. They're just like, you know what? It's in the past. We'll give you a fine. Fuck it.
Didn't he apologize for it?
He even apologized for it, too. He wrote like a lengthy apology for it. And plus, WWE fined him a hefty sum of $100K. And they said, okay, come on back. And then that's when he hurt his knee and he was out for like a year. And then when he came back again, they were just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Well, Thunderdome didn't help him.
Yeah, that too. Plus Lars Sullivan being heel and going to SmackDown. Plus right now you have Roman Reigns being the heel at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So next up here, if you remember our old friends, the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Obviously now they can't be Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They are now Jessica McKay and Cassie Lee. They were known as the Iconic Duo in NXT. When they got moved to the main roster, they became the Iconics with 2 I's. Well, they filed a trademark for a new name, which is supposedly supposed to be their new name, and that is The Inspiration with 2 I's.
What?
I'm curious as to where they go with it. But I also think that The Inspiration with 2 I's is going to become a segment of the Pinnacle.
No.
My thing is like, look at somebody like Lance Archer. Okay, he was Lance Hoyt in TNA. All right, and when he went to WWE, he became Vance Archer, VANCE. And then when he got let go, obviously he got on WWE TV for a little bit and everything. So much like most release WWE wrestlers do, he's going to capitalize off that. So obviously he couldn't be Vance Archer anymore. So he took back the name Lance and he did Lance Archer. So people are like, oh, that's that dude from WWE. Okay. And here's the Iconics now. Obviously they can't be Billie Kay and fucking Peyton Royce. They can't be the Iconics or the Iconic Duo. So like, why not like do like, the Iconic 2 or something along that line, like something that is still trademarkable but not infringing on WWE, where people are still like, oh yeah, that's them from the WWE and shit. But The Inspiration,
I mean, I kind of like the idea that they're doing something different and trying to keep away from, any ties that they had to WWE. But I don't really like the inspiration either. What are they inspirational about? What makes them so inspirational? Or are they trying to inspire themselves? I don't fucking know.
But what made them so iconic?
Well,
that's where I'm like, okay, you know what? I can kind of buy it.
They're I mean, Billy Kay in general. I always like Peyton Royce better, but I mean Billy Kay's fucking outlandishness, I guess, or some of the stuff that she would say. I think that could constitute making them iconic, so to speak.
This is the kind of thing that just smells like Tony Khan to me.
I don't know. I just know sometimes like former WWE stars still like to tweak their name where they're still recognizable. We're like, oh, they used to be WWE. And this just doesn't seem like it, And
but are they actually signed with AEW now?
No, but people have a feeling that's where they're going to end up.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit. I mean,
he's the next biggest promoter. Spears.
Oh, is she?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure
in the crowd at Double or Nothing too.
And I'm pretty sure they share Billy Kay. I'm sure of it. You will never convince me that fucking Peyton Royce and Billy Kay don't fuck. You'll never convince me of that. I'm sorry. I love Billy Kay to death, but you'll never fucking convince me that those two haven't fucked somewhere.
Sean and Tully just watching. For some reason, Tully Blanchard is there, just like, right
fuck it.
Sean Spears is like, what are you doing here, Tully?
Tully Blanchard just whispers in Sean's ear, best wishes.
I was just going to say best wishes.
That's perfect.
For some reason, the Pinnacle music starts playing.
All right, coming up next year, I'm sure Shelby doesn't watch this promotion. I think maybe Nick may have seen something from it, but are you guys familiar with Women of Wrestling? Wow.
No. Well, familiar, yes. Seen it, no.
Well, as you guys may or may not know, they did have a Friday night slot on Access TV, the home of Impact. Well, ever since the pandemic shut down shit, they went on hiatus. But now, with stuff opening back up, David McClain, the famed owner of Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling and WOW, apparently he's been very quiet on the status of WOW. People have been trying to reach out to David and say, hey, are we going to start up again or such like that? And stuff has been very quiet. So, Nick, if you're familiar with this, I for one, would miss WOW because... Again, I've mentioned this on the podcast before. This company actually started in 2001, and to see it come all the way back in 2018 to not only come back, get a TV deal, get a time slot, and start getting back up there again, just to have the rug pulled out from under them with this pandemic and shit, that'd just be heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, I knew they had come back. I didn't actually get to see any of the new stuff, but I knew they had come back. So it's interesting that there's not much on the status of it, given that it was kind of gaining traction.
Yeah, because I follow them on Facebook, and their Facebook is very active. They're always posting pictures of their superheroes, as they're called, and WOW, not superstars, superheroes. So it's very odd that
that's where Nikki Cross is gonna go.
Oh my god. So it's very odd that their future is up in the air.
I mean, maybe they've got something in the works with the NWA for the women's pay-per-view, and that's why they aren't saying anything.
It could be it. I mean, I guess it's one of those sit and wait situations.
Hey, fair enough.
Yeah. And the final bit of news here comes from the Evolution.
Are we just going to have an Evolution spot every week? I think we should.
Well, until they stop giving me reasons to talk about it, yes.
Keep giving us reasons, because this latest one is amazing.
Yeah, so Eva Marie and her partner, Piper Niven from NXT UK here. Sorry, just a second here. They were going to have they did have a Money in the Bank qualifying match on Monday Night Raw this week, which before the match happened, I did not get to see the first hour of Raw. I made a bold statement when I read this match was going to happen. I was like, well, I'm calling it now. Eva Marie's your Miss Money in the Bank, you know? But they did not win their qualifying match to Asuka and Naomi, which, I'll honestly say that I was shocked by that. Yeah. But on top of all that, we learned two things from that match. One, we learned that Piper Niven is no longer Piper Niven. She is Dewdrop, as we mentioned in last week's episode, I believe. But it's not D-E-W. It is D-O-U-D-R-O-P, Dewdrop. And on top of all that, I think we've had the quickest put together and breakup of a tag team ever.
I don't know that they broke them up. I think it's part of the angle.
Well, they're already teasing it.
Did you see that thing that I posted earlier about what a dewdrop is?
Yeah, about what is it, a lesbian lover or something?
Something like that, yeah. Referring to women who are sexually or romantically attracted to other women applies to both lesbians and bisexual women, as it is only the same sex, and then that's where it cut off. But it's funny. If you look that up on Urban Dictionary now, it doesn't say that anymore. It says the repackaging of Piper and Yevon. Which I was like, what the fuck?
No, so here's the question here then.
WWE did that.
So here's the question. Here's the thing then. Is this going to be like a submission sorority type of moment where next week she's no longer Dewdrop and they just magically change her name to, like, I don't know, Piper or some shit? Or do they go the other route and they throw the fucking curveball at us and they go the lesbian story route? Because after last week's match where Piper Niven debuted, she ran out and hugged fucking Eva Marie, and Eva Marie was like, what the fuck are you doing hugging me? Like, what the shit? You know? And her name is Dewdrop. You know?
See, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're breaking up. I think it is they are secretly lovers, and it's turning into Eva Marie getting back in the ring, but Dewdrop doing the work is causing a rift between two lovers. Hence, Dewdrop dropping off the ring and leaving because she was mad that Eva Marie was taking credit. Next week, everything will be, it's okay.
I still believe that they should have just changed Piper Niven's name to Eva Marie and just have a whole army of Eva Marie. I still stand by that.
See, I could see that. Make Reginald Eva Marie.
No, because Reginald's gonna make me. No, we'll talk about Reginald later. Whatever. All right, so that was the news for this week there. So let's get into our favorite game where if Shelby wins this week, he'll tie up the score here, man. It'll be 7-7.
Oh, yeah.
So let's play It Came From eBay, where I find
that'll be signed by Tully Blanchard.
Where I find bizarre wrestling related items, and Shelby and Nick here trying the price, and the closest one to it wins. So let's go. Let's go here. Okay, this is a 1999 Stone Cold Steve Austin skateboard.
That's cool.
It's a typical skateboard. You know, on the bottom of the deck is, you know, picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin looking all Steve Austin and shit. You know, he's looking all Otto Von Ruthless and shit down there. Looking all
Chili McFreeze.
Yeah. So, Shelby, you won last week. So how much is the 1999 Steve Austin skateboard going for on eBay?
Not signed by Tully Blanchard.
Not signed by Tully Blanchard.
$100.
$100. Nick, how much is the Steve Austin skateboard going for on eBay?
$80.
And Nick, you get that one because it is for $59.99.
Damn.
Yeah.
$9.99. All right, let's find a good one here. I'm running out of eBay items. I got to do another search and find some new ones here. Okay. Okay, let's go with a WCW Hollywood Hogan sealed, brand new in the box, sealed telephone. And what it is, it's like a corded phone, one of those old school corded phones and shit like that. And on the outside of the phone is like fucking Hollywood Hogan flexing and shit, but it's like 3D embossed. It's not a picture. Yeah, it's not a picture. It's like 3D Hollywood Hogan embossed, and this is sealed in the package still. So, Nick, how much is the WCW Hollywood Hogan sealed telephone going for on eBay?
So it's like a Mickey Mouse phone, only it's Hollywood Hogan.
Yes and no, not essentially. So what it is, it's like the receiver.
Yeah.
Like on the where you would put like a picture on the receiver would be Hollywood Hogan, but it's like instead of a picture, it's like a 3D embossed thing of Hollywood Hogan.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. I feel like somebody would pay something stupid for that. Let's say 100.
100. And Shelby, how much is the Hollywood Hogan sealed telephone going for on eBay?
99.
Are you kidding me?
Going for the win, buddy. Going for the win.
Well, you went for the win and you lost because
kidding me, Jesus.
Yep. So that
God damn it.
8-6. But we just for shiggles, we always like to do our ass blast. Yeah.
The Tully Blanchard spot.
The Tully Blanchard spot.
Best wishes.
Okay, all right. You guys remember the Tonka wrestling buddies?
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are actually kind of hard to come by these days, So somebody on eBay actually had the Big Boss Man, the Ultimate Warrior, both members of the Legion of Doom, Ted DiBiase, Hulk Hogan, and Randy Macho Man Savage wrestling buddies. So Shelby, how much is this whole lot of Tonka wrestling buddies going for on eBay?
Unsigned.
Yes, unsigned.
10,000.
10,000. All right. Nick, how much are these going for on eBay?
$6,500.
Nick, you're 3 for 3 this week. Because they are going for $2,500.
Yeah, I don't know why I said 10.
See, notice how Nick didn't talk smack this week and he won. The last 2 weeks he talked smack and he fucking lost. So,
he was getting scared. That's why he decided to stop talking smack.
All right, and now for our new game that we like to play here, which is the 3-word dance, which I'm going to give 3 very obscure words that relate to a wrestler, not necessarily just WWE, but a wrestler. And Nick and Shelby here are going to have just a free-for-all here. It's not if you guess, you're out and such like that, and try and figure out who it is. And I think this one it's kind of hard, but also kind of easy if you really think about it. So here are your 3 words for the 3-word dance. And they are feet. F-E-E-T, not F-E-A-T, just so we're clear. Feet. America. Africa. Those are your 3 words for the 3-word dance. Feet.
One-man gang?
Not one-man gang. Feet. America. I see your thinking. I see your logic on that. But one of the words doesn't make sense. Feet. America. Africa. Again, these are in no order. You can put these words in any order.
Kamala?
Not Kamala.
Damn.
You're in the right time period, though. I will say that. You're in the right time period. Now, I originally scribbled out a different word and put in Africa. So you know what? Even though this is the 3-word dance, I'll give you the 4th word that I originally scribbled out, okay? Feet. America. Sidekick. I think that was a little too obscure, though. That's why I took it out. Shelby hasn't said a word.
No, I haven't.
He hasn't made a grunt, a thought. He's like, I have no clue.
Coco Beware.
No. But again, y'all are in the right time period. Feet. America.
Junkyard Dog?
No, not Junkyard Dog. That Slick. I don't see your train of thought on. Oh, not Slick.
Virgil.
Not Virgil.
Can we get a hint?
Tag.
Feet, America, Africa.
And your clue is tag. Again, once I say the rest of it, you're going to be like, son of a bitch. Feet. America. Africa.
Saba Simba?
You know what? I'm going to take that. It was Tony Atlas.
Oh damn.
Sweet.
feet because it is known that Tony Atlas has a weird foot fetish. America, Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. Africa for Saba Simba. Tony Atlas.
When you said Tony Atlas, I was like, how does feet work into that? And then when you said that, I was like, yeah, I forgot about that.
And sidekick was for, I originally wrote sidekick because he was Abraham Washington's sidekick. Yeah, I thought that was a little too obscure. So I was like, all right, and I thought Africa was giving it away too much. But I was like, well, with feet, I don't think people are going to get it. So Nick, you get the first point in 3-word dance. Very good.
I don't know how I managed that, to be honest with you. That was just kind of like,
y'all were on the feet when you said Hakeem. I was like, all right, you're actually like in the right area. I got your train of thought with that, and then when y'all kept naming black guys, I was like, okay, they're in the right, they're in the right track here. I was like,
well, when you say Africa.
All right, so that was fun. See, I told you, it's kind of easy if you think about it, but, you know. All right, so before we get into our Hell in a Cell review, of course, we got to talk about one of our sponsors, and one of our sponsors being repsports.com. And if you head on over...
favorite.
I know. If you head on over to repsports.com right now, they have just released the limited edition flavor of what flavor, Shelby?
I know this one. It's Galaxy Burst.
No, it's actually Strawberry Lemonade. Galaxy Burst is a permanent flavor.
Oh, well, that's my favorite.
The limited edition flavor of Strawberry Lemonade is available right now, and you can go over there and get cases of it, and you can actually use my checkout code ARTIST and save 15% on it. And if you don't even want the Strawberry Lemonade, you can get Shelby's favorite,
Galaxy Burst.
Which, if you love your pink Starburst, you're going to love Galaxy Burst. Also, if you want some great pre-workout powder, Broken Arrow Sour Gummy Worm, or what is it, Phantom Frost, I believe it's called, you can get that as well as some great swag. You can get hats, sweaters, T-shirts, shorts, underwear, socks, you name it. Probably not some of those items. I'm making some of those up. But you can get all that if you go over there. Just remember to use my checkout code ARTIST at checkout and save 15%. Let them know ARTIST from the 3-Way Dance sent you, and get yourself some great stuff and get yourself a great energy drink over at repsports.com. And if you look in the description of this podcast, there is a link to get yourself a free 4-pack where you will get Sour Gummy Worm, Apollo, what's the other one? Voodoo, which is my personal favorite, and you will get Shelby's favorite,
Galaxy Burst,
in that 4-pack as well. All you have to do is cover shipping, which is only $10, which, I mean, that's cheaper than buying it in stores, you know? So head on over to repsports.com, use my checkout code artist, save 15%. All right, so let's get into the pay-per-view here. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Why did I write Bailey versus Banks? That is not the match that happened.
You said Bailey versus Banks too, and I was like, I don't think he's. Isn't that the match they had last year?
I had it written down on my paper. I was just like, what?
But hold on, though. The intro.
Yeah, they fucked up the intro.
Yeah.
I mean, it was still good, but they fucked it up.
I didn't watch the intro. I skipped over it.
You ever watch the Warriors announcer?
Yeah, you ever watch the Warriors?
I've seen pieces of it, but never the whole movie.
Well, it was like the Warriors announcer girl from like the radio, where it's like, watch out, Warriors.
Hell raises.
Yeah. But they didn't use the song, Nowhere to Run. That was just, it's such a missed opportunity. It's so perfect for this pay-per-view.
Well, they don't have
which is, I think, why they used
where they can buy the rights of every fucking song they hear.
Well, they do. I just think they're a little bit more smart with their money than Tony Khan. Yeah, practical. Yeah, that's a good word.
Going out to Baltimore and being like, I will pay you for Tarzan Boy. That cool. And Baltimore is just like, we haven't made money off that in 30 years, of course.
Look at the last time they bought the rights of his song. That person left their company and just tarnished them for like fucking every day after CM Punk.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, Punk, we'll buy. All right, Punk, we'll buy that song for you. You seem like a cool guy. You know, we'll buy the song. They buy the song, play it all the time and everything. And Punk's like, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. They're like, fuck, we spent all that money on that song.
Living Color's just like, yeah.
All right, so the opening match is the first of 2 Hell in a Cell matches here at this event. Hell in a Cell. And that is Bailey taking on one of my most hated people, that being Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And what did we think?
I actually will say this is probably the best match I've seen Bianca Belair in. I liked the spot with her hair, and then when she tied it to Bailey's wrist and did the bull rope stuff, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
I would have liked to see a strap match, and I mean, if they're going to continue this on into Money in the Bank, I think a strap match would be kind of cool. They could even do it with the hair somehow.
On Monday, you're going to get to see a strap match between Elias and Jackson Riker.
Oh, gross.
Why don't you just have fucking one of them on a pole match? Just have them both hanging off a pole and have them fight on the pole. It's like hang them by their necks.
Hey, they have karate, like real life karate fighters.
Best match at TakeOver.
Yeah, but I gotta agree with Nick. I am not sold on Bianca Belair in the slightest. I have never been a Belair mark, and I'm still not a Belair mark. Yeah. But this match was actually pretty enjoyable to watch. I think, well, again, I can't say it's the better of the Hell in a Cell match, and I'll tell you why when we get to the other Hell in a Cell match. But I actually had a lot of fun watching this match. I do believe that the wrong person won, but whatever. But still, yeah, I am not a big Belair fan, but this, I did like all the hair spots. I do think they got a little too out of hand with it. I'm like, do we need to keep tying our hair to different shit? The only thing that I really would have liked is when they tied her hair to the chair, and I was just like, man, if she just stands up with the chair tied to her
whips it.
Yes, that's what I was waiting for.
I was waiting for that too.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
God, if they do that, that might change my mind on the bitch. You know,
that would have been sweet. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so sweet, but sadly it didn't happen. But I mean, overall, I thought this was a pretty entertaining opener and a pretty solid women's championship. Man, the fucking KOD into the ladder, man. How Bailey decided she wanted to take that, I was just like, okay.
Oh, the spine buster into the kendo sticks.
Oh, that's nothing compared to that KOD into the ladder.
I would much
rather if they're just like, hey, we have 2 spots we want you to take. We want you to take a spine buster into the kendo sticks and then the KOD into a ladder. I'm like, yeah, what was that first one again?
Can I take that twice?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like fuck that second one, man. Like shit. And then when I thought she was gonna hit a 450 onto a ladder, I was just like, oh, this should be good. You know.
Wow.
Shelby, your thoughts?
Didn't like it.
Really?
Yep. This just it turns into what did we buy at Home Depot today? They go underneath the ring and they pull out kendo sticks and they pull out chairs and they pull out other weapons that don't really need to be in a Hell in a Cell match. They barely use the cell at all.
Sticks at Home Depot.
That's true, actually.
I was thinking that too. I was like, man, Canadian Home Depots, you can buy kendo sticks.
It's funny, actually. I was going to do like a Home Depot score and I was going to count how much money they would have spent at Home Depot, but both Hell in a Cell matches had kendo sticks in it, and I was like, that's just gonna throw the whole thing off. So I didn't bother doing that. I didn't think that this feud really needed to be in a cell. I also thought that Bayley laughing at Bianca would have worked better before fucking Bianca beat her, like 2 months ago or last month at a fucking pay-per-view or whenever that was.
Mm-hmm.
Bayley I do like her heel work. But yeah, I didn't really care for this match one bit.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think Ripley and Charlotte would have worked better in the cell, but considering the ending gotten Ripley and Charlotte,
man, that was a great ending. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, but I do think that match would have worked better.
Yeah, 100%. It would have made more sense.
All right, so unless oh shit, I forgot kickoff show: Natalya versus Mandy Rose.
Yeah, that happened.
You fuckers never watched the kickoff show.
No. I always forget about it. It's funny because they mention it like 2 matches later. I'm like, oh yeah, the kickoff show.
Then promptly forgot again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was there anything in between that we needed to mention before we go to Cesaro?
Actually, yes. Since when has Lashley had an entourage of prostitutes with him?
Oh, he's been doing that since WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah, he's had the horse since WrestleMania.
Yeah, like Drew McIntyre did a fucking promo on Raw one night where he was just like, it was something along the lines of just like, okay, we get it, Lashley. It's time for everybody once again to come across the Lashley train. We get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he needs them. I mean, he wasn't even paying attention to them. I guess it's just part of the gimmick.
All right. And next up, we have Cesaro versus Rollins Trace.
This is where Pat McPhee's commentary was really starting to fucking get to me.
Pat McPhee?
Oh my god. McAfee. Sorry, McAfee. Oh my god. He said something at some point about a piss missile, I think.
Yeah, that was apparently explained. I saw the article on that, but like I didn't read it. Yeah, I didn't read it though, but apparently there's an explanation on that.
I was like, what the fuck did he say? Piss missile? I didn't really like this match either, gonna be honest.
It was just, I'm not sold on Rollins suddenly being like, oh, I beat Cesaro. Okay. But he's beat you twice, so I still don't buy it, and I just don't think that it needed to happen. Like, they jumped the shark on Cesaro versus Reigns, got that out of the way just to feed Cesaro to Rollins and watch him drop back down the card again, because guaranteed that's where he's going.
If this was going to be a Rollins win, I feel like Rollins jumping him before he got to the ring was great. And I don't think it should have went much after that, especially since it wasn't in a Hell in a Cell anyways. I feel like Rollins should have just beat the piss out of him for a couple minutes and, hit him with a couple curb stomps or whatever Rollins' finisher is now. Maybe it's a fucking eye gouge for all I know. But I feel like he should have beat him, like, right then and there, and just the whole thing would have been like, you attacked me before the bell, and then the next pay-per-view they do some kind of, I don't know, some kind of gimmick match of some sort.
Well, Cesaro's got to be in Money in the Bank, yo.
Well, you know, and I get that too, and
He'll be in it. That. He's not going to win because McIntyre's going to win the fucking.
Oh my god, I fucking hope not. Cesaro should win that fucking match.
Cesaro
should win and fucking take it from Reigns.
Riddle would be good too.
Come
on, the head of the
bro. That's right, bro.
I'll acknowledge you, bro. But like, first, can you like? Do you want to like,
bro? If I
like,
won the Money in the Bank briefcase, you know, I could put like a whole bunch of stuff inside of it, like my bro nuts and like the schematics and stuff to my like new scooters that could go to Japan in it. Bro, where are you going?
He straight up last night was like, if I win the Money in the Bank, Randy, I could put my stash in it. And Orton just kind of looks at him. He's like, my stash of Whoppers, man, because like. I get hungry when I'm on the road, and we're going on the road, man. And I'm like, oh
my god. But Cesaro and Rollins, to me, it just felt no different than WrestleMania. I just seen it, been there, done that. I'm ready to move on. I mean, really nothing for me to report on.
Yeah.
Next up will probably be Shelby's favorite match of the night. Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Oh, wait. Was there anything in between you guys wanted to talk about?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Alexa
there wasn't
Bliss
a whole lot in between.
Shayna Baszler. Shelby, please enlighten us. Because I know this is your favorite match.
No. What I will say. I like, and I hate the word character, but I like the character that Bliss is trying to portray.
Oh, I know.
What the issue, I think, with it is that they're trying to do too much paranormal when they need to focus on psychological. It's one thing for her to no-sell moves because she likes pain. It's another thing for that fucking doll to randomly appear in a room behind a mirror, but when fucking Shayna Baszler turns around, it disappears. It's also, in that sense, bullshit when she can all of a sudden control other people and make them slap other people by just like lifting her hand.
Oh, I thought that was good. I think that's great.
What? Oh, it doesn't make sense, man.
Oh my god!
Did you think that was great?
That said, I'm just like, okay, so I would rather the creepy, hairy, fat dude playing with puppets than
I could believe her talking to a puppet, even. I could believe that, but her to just like make Nia Jax slap fucking Reginald by like lifting her hand up. That's bullshit. that is fucking bullshit.
God. I'm over the whole Dark Bliss thing.
How the fuck is she the baby face?
I
don't get that.
Again, the creepy, hairy, fat dude in this gimmick was better than the little blonde girl.
I mean, like a 5-year-old I was over creepy Bliss or scary Bliss like fucking way before WrestleMania. I think they needed some type of fucking end game before WrestleMania and shit. And then like I think WrestleMania, if you're gonna keep it going at WrestleMania, which they did, they definitely need a fucking end game. You know, like I'm over this fucking Dark Bliss. Now they're adding like hypnotizing to it. And shit like that. All you gotta do is stare at Bliss, and all of a sudden she can control you and shit. And I'm just like, oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me here, man. You know? Like, oh, I mean, like overall, I mean, like the match was meh.
I like the walk that she did. I think that's kind of interesting. It's kind of like
spider walk.
Yeah.
But
I thought that was kind of cool.
I don't know. Like, this is one that, like, after it all happened, I'm just like, oh, Cornette's gonna have a field day with this.
I can't wait to listen to the drive-through tomorrow.
You know, like I don't know.
I was listening to the Experience today, and he basically said he's not gonna watch it, and Brian Last told him not to watch it because he'll have a heart attack. Yeah.
Anything else to add for Bliss, Baszler?
No.
No.
Other than Shayna Baszler was looking fine. Yep.
Fair enough.
That's right.
I don't get it, dude. I mean, at least Nia Jax, I get. She has some big ass titties and some nice hair, but like
Nia Jax less.
I mean this in the nicest way I can say it. Fuck your mama.
That is rude.
All right, any backstage segments after this we need to mention?
There really isn't a whole lot of great backstage segments on a WWE live
if
main
it
show.
doesn't feature Todd Pettengill,
it's not worth mentioning.
Just making sure, because last time I kept trying to go to the next match. You're like, no, you gotta talk about what happened.
That's because Todd Pettengill was the best thing of that fucking show.
Just making sure. All right, the next match here is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the fucking 100th time.
I know.
Listen, I'm
glad Sami Zayn won, but we didn't need to see it.
Did he eat today, though?
I like these two wrestling and shit like that, but like, goddamn, this needs to end.
Somebody needs to buy him a sandwich and get him a home. He's homeless, man.
And like, yeah, I like how they showed it in the replay at the end where Sammy hits a haluva kick. What happened to the no leg slaps?
I missed this one.
That was just the WWE.
Oh God, it's in fucking glorious slow motion, man. You see Sammy come, and like even in the slow mo, you see him just slap his leg in the slow mo and shit. It's like right there.
That might be Sami Zayn just trying to throw shade at it, because he likes to do that too.
He probably doesn't give a fuck, to be fair.
It's just like with this match, it's just like, what else can we possibly say about Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens that me, you, Nick, other people who have seen Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens matches that hasn't fucking been said already?
Yeah, I know.
It's a Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match. So more than likely they're gonna end up in the middle of the ring, fucking punching the shit out of each other. Which, bam, they did that.
Yeah, right? There was very little build to this match too.
You know, Kevin Owens is gonna do that fucking suplex where he bounces him off the top rope. He did that.
Yep.
You know, like it was all here, man. Like,
I did like Kevin selling though. Kevin was selling that. What was that fucking thing that he took on Friday night from the big guy?
Oh, the Nigerian nail.
Yeah, yeah. He was selling that like really hard, especially in the beginning. Yeah.
That's the Samoan spike. I'm sorry. It's not the Nigerian nail. It's the Samoan spike delivered by Umanga. William Regal calling him Umanga was much better than Umaga.
Umanga.
I didn't even think, like, for a Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match that this was one of their best outings.
Oh, no.
Like, no, not at all.
No, I don't know. I didn't like it that much.
Me neither. All right. And next up here is Charlotte Flair going for the Raw Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley in some bizarre heel versus heel match, I think.
This to me was match of the night. However, the finish, as much as I liked it, it was the aftermath of the finish that I didn't quite get. I mean, these two are both pros and they look like fucking beasts. I don't know why Charlotte needed to do all that fucking plastic surgery to her face. It makes her look like a fucking plastic Barbie doll now.
You're not talking about my angel.
I was just gonna say I like it.
But I mean, you know, that's her thing. That's not for me to really comment on that much.
I don't think as much of her father now.
Why is that?
Obviously still. I don't know. It's just like before. It was just like, you're so obviously Ric Flair's daughter, and now it's just like, I know you're Ric Flair's daughter, but like, and then you can just move past it. I couldn't get past it before because the focus was on Ric Flair's daughter. Now it's like, I'm Charlotte Flair. You're gonna respect me because I'm Charlotte Flair. I'm like, okay, I get it. Go back to that Cruella de Vil outfit, please.
Going back to the finish, which for those of you who don't know, the finish was Ripley takes a part of the table and flings it back and hits Charlotte Flair. Ref calls for the bell for the DQ. Here's the question I have, though. When during a normal match, whether it be title or non-title or whatever, if you throw your opponent into the stairs, nothing. Throw them into the guardrail, nothing. You slam them against the table, nothing. But that little flap you get hit with, all of a sudden it's a DQ.
I think the reasoning behind the DQ was she, I mean, you could break this down even further, right? Like if you were to throw somebody into like where the announcer's sitting and they hit the chair, that's not a DQ. But if you grab the chair and you hit them with it, then that is a DQ. She hit Charlotte with the top of the desk. So I think that's where, we can break it down and say that's where the DQ came out of. I was okay with that. What I wasn't okay with was that she was acting like such a heel afterwards. Like she didn't care that she got disqualified. She tried to grab the belt from the fucking whoever timekeeper, and she was like demanding that the announcer is champion and all this, and it's like that's not a babyface thing. So was this
she's not a baby turn?
But she is she not?
No, she's been a heel since the week after she debuted.
What? Really?
Yep.
I thought she was a fucking babyface this whole time.
No, dumbass.
Fuck.
So the story they're running with is that Rhea intentionally got herself disqualified.
Well, okay.
She's tired of dealing with Charlotte. So because she's tired of dealing with Charlotte and because she's already beat her, she doesn't feel as though she should have to continue this charade, I guess, or something. So she intentionally got herself disqualified. And now there's another Charlotte Rhea match at Money in the Bank.
Which should be a good match. Is it just a regular singles match? Because as far as I can tell, it was.
It'll probably have the stipulation if Rhea gets disqualified.
Title will change hands.
Yeah, it'll probably do that.
I honestly, I'm okay with keeping this until SummerSlam, though.
What?
Yeah, I would love to see. No, I'd love to see this again. And I'd love to see. Yeah, man, fuck. These two can have great matches together. This was match of the night.
They do have great matches, but like shit, till SummerSlam, no.
Who the fuck's gonna fucking who's gonna challenge Rhea Ripley?
You're gonna put Alexa Bliss is gonna win Money in the Bank.
And the
Butterfly.
Alexa Bliss is gonna win Money in the Bank, and then she's gonna fucking cash it in at SummerSlam or later. Not that I agree with that, but I think that's where they're headed.
She's gonna win Money in the Bank, and Lily's gonna cash in.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's fucking hope not.
I could see that. Bell just rings and somebody's like, the fuck is happening? And then
lights go off. The lights go off.
Come back.
The doll's on top of whoever the champion is. Ref, 1, 2, 3. Lily's the champ.
Yep.
Let's hope not.
And we broke.
The fans will be back too, so that's gonna get shit on.
Well, that's my question about the whole Alexa Bliss thing. Is like, how are the fans gonna be reacting to that when they
might be how they bring back Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Because the fans are gonna just shit all over it.
I think so. I would hope so.
Go ahead.
I could see it where like the Fiend comes back or Bray Wyatt comes back and she tries to put him in a trance, but it doesn't work. It's just like, what? And then you just go build on that story. She can't hypnotize Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt hypnotized her. So
to the 40 to 90 people who actually listen to this fucking podcast week in and week out, I beg of you that if you go see a live show when WWE returns to the road, when an Alexa Bliss segment comes up and this bullshittery starts happening, just start a chant of "jerk me off."
Yes.
Just jerk me off. Just as loud as you can. All right, and moving on.
Science.
moving on to the main event, which was Bobby Lashley defending the WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre, where Drew McIntyre loses. He does not get a WWE Championship match again against Bobby Lashley as long as he is champion. And real quick, I will tell you why I can't compare the Hell in a Cell matches. It's because I fell asleep watching this match. Because I don't know if it was because I was tired or if the match was boring. So the reason why I didn't go back and watch it, because I wanted you guys to tell me if it was worth going back and watching.
So halfway through this match, I wrote, fuck this match, I'm going to go jerk off. So yeah, that gives you any kind of indication whatsoever.
I get bored with Scottish Sheamus on the best of days, and Bobby Lashley just doesn't compliment him well in the ring. It was boring.
I wasn't bored with this. I just thought it was fucking stupid.
Even the spots just seemed like they were trying too much. They were trying too hard to get a rise out of the crowd, I guess. Virtual crowd. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Maybe Jimmy Smith.
No, I just...
y'all heard about the mystery hand, right?
Oh, the hand.
Yeah.
What?
Hear about the hand?
No.
There was a moment in the match where apparently Bobby Lashley choke slams Drew McIntyre through a table, and like you just see like from a distance like McIntyre go up and then down, then you hear the table break. Then the camera like cuts around to McIntyre and shit, and when they cut around, you see a hand out from under the ring pushing a table back where like McIntyre's laying, because what happened was they set it up where there was a table that he broke, but there was also a crash pad under it. So the hand pulled out the crash pad.
Oh my God.
And they pulled the crash pad and then put the broken table back out there and shit. He couldn't even take a fucking table bump.
Well, whether that's him or them fucking doing that crash pad thing, it's hard to say, but I do like McIntyre. I think
I'm just so sick.
The fucking way that they've wrote him into this storyline with Lashley over the last couple months has just been fucking stupid. And then the finish was just brutal. Like, why do you have a roll-up in a fucking Hell in a Cell match that is supposed to be Drew McIntyre's last chance? Lashley should have just beat the piss out of him. Really should have just beat the piss out of him. It would have put Lashley over more for his next challenge.
But that's why McIntyre wins the second chance triple threat and then wins Money in the Bank, and it's going to suck.
But looking at the people who have qualified already for Money in the Bank, you have Ricochet, Morrison, and
Riddle.
Matt Riddle. Like, okay, I know damn Skippy Morrison's not winning it. But I mean, the fact that Ricochet and Riddle are in it could maybe one little fucking % of hope exists that they're actually going to push somebody new.
Well,
I don't really want to see him push Riddle or fucking Ricochet.
Otis. They gave it to Otis last year, right? But they did nothing with it.
That's true.
And then he lost it to The Miz.
That's true.
And I just think that you've already built up that McIntyre. I just don't know. I mean, if McIntyre doesn't win the triple threat, then yay. But until that triple threat is over and McIntyre is not the winner, I don't want Drew McIntyre in the title picture anymore.
He needs to go away for 6 months.
I'm a 3-man band. Like, I would rather see that. He just needs to go away.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Well, I mean, they did set up on Raw Monday that Jinder Mahal could take a spot in Money in the Bank. So I think that my theory is that Drew McIntyre does, in fact, win the second chance triple threat. But, you know, Jinder Mahal set up like, hey, if something happens to one of the participants in there, I hope you'll think of me as an alternative.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So I think that he wins, attacks Drew McIntyre, gets him out of the match, but instead of him, Jinder Mahal getting a spot, they set up McIntyre versus Mahal at Money in the Bank.
Oh, okay, I can see that.
That's my theory. Hey,
I could see
go
that.
suck your fat ass, but that's my theory.
And we'll probably see. And then there's the SmackDown side of things, like Cesaro.
Yeah.
One of the Usos.
Yep.
Otis. Yeah. I don't know who else.
Although this year it'd be, oh no. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we giving Hell in a Cell? Or Heck in a Sec?
Heck in a Sec. That's what I was trying to think.
Sec with Pat McPhee.
God, his commentary is awful. I didn't realize it till this pay-per-view, and I kept thinking back to when Nick was shitting on his commentary for WrestleMania Backlash.
He kind of looks like he might have a natural stink to him, too.
Oh, my God.
Natural stink. I think part of the problem is he's just too overproduced. And did you notice how many times he stands up while he's doing commentary?
I noticed that.
He's always standing.
Because he's trying to. Because what that is, he's trying to get full acceleration and full enunciation from his diaphragm, so that his airways can open up more. His diaphragm is getting more of a. It's a breathing sense. It's meant so that you can enunciate more.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Because I do that. If I'm on radio live versus recording, oftentimes I'll be standing up just because there's more of a
your airways more open, basically, right? Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense because people do that when they're singing too.
So you stand up the whole time you record this, then, right?
Sometimes I do. Okay. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't.
Well, now I'm sad.
I'm standing right now.
All right, so scale of 1 to 10, what do we give Heck in a Sec here?
5.6.
Wow.
6?
Yeah, it's not. It was too good to be a 5, but not good enough to be a 6. So 5.6.
I like that. Being that I gave TakeOver a 6 last week, and I didn't even really like any of the matches, I guess I'd have to give it a 7 just because I did enjoy one match. And I feel like Rollins and Cesaro was better than I gave it. I had to do some shit while I was watching it, so I wasn't paying 100% attention.
Yeah, y'all are being a little bit more generous. I have to go 4.
Wow.
Because, strangely, I liked Belair and Banks. I could have cared less about Cesaro, Rollins, Bliss, and Shayna, Zayn and KO, and I fell asleep during Lashley and Drew. All I saw was the end with the roll-up, which I was like, huh, okay. And, I'm a fucking Charlotte Mark. She could have came out there and said, hello, everybody, and farted into the mic. I'm like, that was a fun segment. So, fucking that 4. That's the best I can do.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's fair. I like my 5.6.
Yeah, that's the best I can do. I can't do it any better. All right, so that was Hell in a Cell there. So now what we like to usually do here is that Nick usually finds us a wrestling fact of the week, which could be something that we don't know. We usually go into it blind. We have no idea what he picks. So, Nick, hit us with the wrestling fact of the week.
All right. So, according to Heath Slater, his original choices for a 3-man band were not Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. They were actually Johnny Curtis, Dean Ambrose, and Derek Bateman, otherwise known as Fandango, John Moxley, the EC3.
Oh, so we didn't go into it blind this week. We knew about this. Okay.
Oh, well, see, I was torn between that one and Stephanie McMahon's First Date.
Oh, okay. Well, Stephanie McMahon's First Date.
Andre the Giant, when she was 15.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
So, according to Stephanie McMahon on a recent episode of WWE's Most Wanted Treasures on A&E, her first dinner date at 15 years old was with Andre the Giant. And when she got there, he was laughing, and she asked him why he was laughing, and he said, "Because they think I'm creepy, old man."
Oh my god!
Man, at 15 years old, had to be pretty small. I'm pretty sure his dick was probably as big as Stephanie McMahon.
She could stand in his cast.
Oh yeah, I remember that because I think I know that story because she used to play with it in Vince's office, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that story. Oh well, but that's interesting. The first date, dinner date. That's pretty unique. Yeah, because
I mean,
I've always heard the story that she always had this weird friendship with Andre the Giant, but I didn't know it went that deep.
And I mean, so when you think about it, maybe there is some truth to the Macho Man Stephanie story.
Oh yeah.
Because if she went to dinner with Andre when she was 15.
Maybe Savage took her to dinner. You know what I'm saying? You know? No?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, he snapped into her Slim Jim. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Hunter, I got there.
Anyways.
Shelby's like, I'm done with that.
I'll climb to the top of Mount
Stephanie,
McMahon.
yeah, Stephanie's climbed to the top of his Mount Madness. You know what I mean? Yeah, boy. All right. And before we get to our Sportster list of the week here, we got to talk about our other sponsor here. And let me ask you guys something before we talk about our sponsor. Do you guys have eyes?
No.
No?
No. But I'll bet this next sponsor would really help me out if I did.
I'm sure it would, because if you had eyes at hardtofindtv.com and fanmadedvd.com, you could get hundreds, if not thousands, of your favorite television shows on DVD and or Blu-ray to watch in your own home. Did you know that?
I can still hear.
Well, hey, then you can listen to these bitches then.
Hell yeah.
I know, right? You can go to hardtofindtv.com or fanmadedvd and find your favorite shows that you haven't seen on DVD in a while, haven't seen on television in a while, and you can get them printed on DVD. All you got to do is head on over to their website. If you go to hardtofindtv.com, all they accept is Amazon Pay. But if you go over to fanmadedvd.com, they accept Amazon Pay, PayPal, all the good stuff over there. And if you go over to their website and you're like, hey, they don't have the show I'm looking for, all you got to do is email them, and they will be more than happy to try and track down that show, slap it on a DVD and or Blu-ray for you for a reasonable price. And on top of all that, if for some reason they don't have the show, what I like to say is if they don't have it, you don't need it. And on top of all that, if you do go over there and you find yourself these great shows that you can watch with your eyeballs or listen to with your ears, which I don't know how you would find them on the website without eyeballs, but if you go over there and use my checkout code ARTIST, ARTIST, you will save 15% on your entire purchase. So go over there and get you like the complete series of the Drew Carey Show, which is one of my favorite TV shows of all time, that they only released season 1 on DVD and said, fuck the rest.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know, right? So 9 seasons of the Drew Carey Show. They released 1.
There's 9 seasons?
Yeah. Yep.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
I remember watching that when I was a kid. I didn't know there was that many episodes.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. So thanks to hardtofindtv.com, you can head on over and see all 9 seasons of them for a great price, and you can save 15% on it by using my checkout code. All this and more at hardtofindtv.com and fanmadedvd.com. All right, let's get into our sports list of the week, and I did not pick one from Eric Rhodes here.
Oh, I really wanted to shit on him more.
I actually picked one here from Michael Wire, and that is 10 title changes that were supposed to be important but weren't.
Oh. Okay.
Coming in at number 10 is Sting, the WCW World Championship from Starrcade 97.
Wow. Sting came to work and didn't have a tan that day.
Okay.
Have you listened to the 83 Weeks where Eric Bischoff talks about that?
No, I don't really listen to 83 Weeks.
Oh my god, dude, you got to listen to it just for that. fucking Conrad loses his goddamn mind. It is hilarious. And Eric Bischoff basically says that because Sting showed up and wasn't in, the headspace to win the title, they were like, well, we're going to do this screwy finish. And he's like, it was because of Hulk Hogan, wasn't it? And Bischoff's just like, no, Sting just didn't show up and he didn't have a tan. It's fucking amazing. He's so adamant about it, too. It's a great listen.
It led to Starrcade, WCW's all-time biggest pay-per-view buy rate, where the only logical outcome was Sting crushing Hogan for the title. Instead, it looked like Hogan got a clean pin before Bret Hart restarted it. Sting did get the win in the title, but it was diluted by the bait and switch, and Sting ended up losing the belt in weeks to make it look like one of the biggest drop balls in wrestling history.
Yeah, it's just poor Bret.
Yeah.
I think once I say this, we could probably break Shelby's psyche again.
Oh boy.
Coming in at number 9, Ron Killings, the NWA World Championship.
Oh, come on. All right, what's he got to say?
In terms of trivia questions, a random one may be, what was the first world title change in TNA? The answer is Ron Killings, better known today as R-Truth, taking the NWA World title from Ken Shamrock at the 8th NWA TNA Weekly Pay-Per-View in 2002. While it seemed big then, Killings' reign wasn't that well supported, with bad challengers and some poor angles. It ended with a loss to Jeff Jarrett and a later reign that was even shorter. It was historic as Killings remains the only African American to hold the title, but not that important in the long run for TNA.
I mean, I like Killings, and I wasn't watching when he was actually champ. I have seen some of his promos from back then, and like, what a fucking racial character that was like just such a great heel. I can't really say whether they did a good job with it or not, but I feel like if they didn't, they fucking dropped the ball big time.
I do believe that his promo where he stopped using K Crush and became Ron the Truth Killings is actually one of the best promos I ever watched.
Yeah. Is that the one where he rips on Steamboat?
I think it is, but it's also one where he's just like, they are the ones that call me K Crush. I ain't K Crush, You call me Ron, it's a fucking badass promo.
Ron the Truth Killings was just such a good character when it came down to like just the basics of it, and even like when he was part of 3 Live Crew, that's where I really started seeing a lot of Ron Killings was 3 Live Crew, and I fucking loved 3 Live Crew. They were the greatest in TNA.
What about 4 Live Crew?
Well, I mean, it just became the New Age Outlaws and Ron Killings and fucking Conan, so
yeah,
Coming in at number 8 was Rob Van Dam winning the WWE and ECW championships.
What? What is this list called again?
10 title changes that were supposed to be important, but weren't.
How is that not important?
After years of fans pushing, RVD finally reached the top, defeating John Cena at One Night Stand. Well, one night only, really. 2006 for the WWE title. And made
I thought it was One Night Stand.
No. Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
I fucked up. My bad.
It was RVD versus Rey Mysterio at the One Night Only or whatever the fuck that thing was.
For the WWE title, made the champion of the new ECW brand. It took a month for him to blow it with the arrest and to be forced to drop. It says drop both belts to Big Show, but we all know what happened.
Yeah, he didn't drop both.
It hurt not just his career, but the entire ECW revival to make his win worse.
Wow, there was a lot of things that that hurt the ECW revival. I mean, fucking December to Dismember. But just because it flopped and Ron Killings, goddammit, RVD kind of fucked it, doesn't mean that it still wasn't important.
Yeah. I disagree with this next one, and that is number 7, Tessa Blanchard winning the Impact World Championship.
I disagree with that, too.
I still think it's stupid, but...
Well, we still talk about it.
Yeah, we still talk about the Holocaust, too.
And I still think fuck your mama.
That's poor comparison.
It's not a
like
comparison.
people know I'm a firm believer in take TNA/Impact out back and fucking shoot it. But this was like the one fucking storyline where I was just like, all right, I'm fucking on board for this. You know, people know I'm all in for fucking zany, wacky fucking storylines and shit like that. You know, anything that's like out of the ordinary, and this was out of the ordinary. Tessa Blanchard fucking competing for the fucking men's world title. Fucking A, man. I'm in for that, man. You know, I think they waited a little too long to pull the trigger on it. That's just my opinion there. But hey, Will, go suck your fat ass. You know, that's what they would tell me probably.
I wouldn't tell you that for the record.
But this was like one storyline that actually had me interested in TNA, and I just you know, but then, you know, COVID came along and, you know,
she just decided not to show up to work for like 6 weeks or whatever the fuck it was.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean,
yeah, pretty much.
I get during the pandemic and everything, but if you're the world champ, I think
she went about it the wrong way.
Yeah. Yep.
Is what it came down to, I think.
But I still think this was
how
important.
Scott D'Amore put it. Yeah,
and
it was.
Coming in at number 6 is Ron Simmons winning the WCW Championship.
Yeah, I disagree with this one too. I mean, he was the first.
Or?
I disagree with them, what they have to say about it. Just because he was the first. No, but I mean, being the list and whatever. I mean, he was the first black WCW champion. Like, it wasn't a great win, and they didn't do a whole lot with it, but it was still an important win.
It was made out to be a great moment, but Simmons' reign ended up being insufficient. He was given bad challengers like the Barbarian and never had the backing of the fans like Sting. Just as the year was coming to an end, Simmons lost the belt back to Vader and slumped down the ranks, which is a shame given I could have swore he lost the belt to Luger.
No, I think it was Vader. I have that DVD here.
Okay. Coming in at number 5, Randy Orton winning the World Heavyweight Championship.
Like his first World Championship?
From Benoit.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I think they got the name of this list wrong. It shouldn't be World Championship reigns or whatever that. What was the name of the list?
10 world title, 10. God damn it. 10 title changes that were supposed to be important but weren't.
Okay, it shouldn't be title changes. It should be like title reigns. Because, yeah, I mean, if you look at Randy Orton's reign, it really wasn't that much. But the title change itself, I think, is still important.
Not the way it played out.
But, again, that's the reign, not the change itself.
No, but even the change itself. They didn't build up Orton to be a crowd. Like, it was hard to be sold on Orton winning, and then he won, and it was like, eh. And then Triple H turned, and it was like, eh. Triple H gets the belt back, and it's like, oh. Like, for him to be, because they were trying to make him the youngest champ ever at that point, because they were pissy with Brock Lesnar.
And they were getting him away from Evolution as well.
But I just think that it was too quick when they did it, because he didn't have the full support he could have. And for him just to drop it a month later to Triple H, they should have just kept it on Benoit.
But again, that's part of the reign. That's not part of the change. I disagree. I disagree with Nick here. And this list, more importantly.
All right, number 4.
More importantly, come on now.
Nah, I'm saying more importantly because I hate Sportster, not because anything against you.
Fair, all right.
Number 4 is Kerry Von Erich's NWA World Championship win.
Again, another one. I mean,
but you got to think like, no.
It wasn't.
No. Before you say shit, okay?
Yeah.
They wanted it to be important only because his fucking brother died.
Well, it was supposed to be him too. Was that Dave? David?
I think so yeah, I think.
Yeah, it was. David was supposed to be the one, so I guess I can kind of get behind this one. But
and that's the only reason he got the title. If David Von Erich wouldn't have died, then Kerry Von Erich would have never been NWA World Champion.
No, because it would have been Dave.
And he only held the title for 18 days, I think.
It wasn't super long, and he lost Flair.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say he lost back to Flair after like 3 weeks.
Yeah. Fair, I suppose.
Yeah, damn right, fair. I was gonna say, before you even fucking say anything, no, I got this one.
I got this.
All right, coming in at number 3 is the Ultimate Warriors WWE Championship.
Yeah, fuck the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, fuck him.
Okay, do tell. What's your beef with the Ultimate Warrior?
Disrespectful fucking piece of shit that didn't want to learn how to fucking work properly and just wanted to be a fucking guy that won every single match that he was in. He's an idiot.
I was real jazzed when Ultimate Warrior came back and like he was going into the Hall of Fame and everything, and then he dies, and I was like, oh, the Ultimate Warrior.
That is one.
Now it's been a couple years.
That was one of the most bizarre chain of events I think ever happened.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I agree with that. But then now that it's been a couple years and there's been more that's come out about him and just what kind of a piece of shit he was, fuck him. And fuck Hulk Hogan too.
Yeah.
You want to break his leg and make him humble while you're at it?
Not quite. I couldn't go that far.
Couldn't be bothered.
But it was still marred by fans wanting Hogan and the fact Warrior couldn't handle longer matches, plus his weird persona. Business faltered under him, with fans backing Hogan's return, and the Warriors' title run was a huge letdown.
Yeah.
All right, coming in at number 2 is Sting again, but this time the NWA World Championship. From... where is it from? Passing the torch moment of him leading the NWA into the 1990s, he was to get it earlier in the year, but an injury delayed it until the Great American Bash. Sadly, Sting's reign was a complete letdown thanks to a horrible booking by Ole Anderson that included the awful Black Scorpion angle. Rather than leading WCW into the new future, Sting's reign was dragged down and he lost the belt to Flair in early 91. It's a shame. Sting's first world title reign was a lame reign.
Yeah, I don't know too much about this one. I've heard it, but I haven't seen this one yet. Still working my way through.
Me too.
Okay. And coming in at number 1 is Jerry Lawler's unified world title win of the AWA and World Class titles at Superclass 3.
That is a very interesting one, actually. Just because of like everything that was behind that, and you know, I mean, him not fucking going back to the AWA to defend the belt because fucking Vern owed him money. That's just great, you know. It was a good match. Like from what I've seen, it was a good match, but Kerry wasn't really all there, I think, at that point. So
immediately Lawler and Vern Gagne had a falling out with Lawler, stripped of the AWA title, so this didn't, quote, unify anything. World Class went under quickly to join with Lawler's CWA as the USWA, while the AWA went out of business not long after to reduce this to just another territorial title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shame.
Most of Jerry Lawler's career was a shame.
No, come on.
Not Jimmy Kaufman.
Lawler had fucking great matches.
Well, but I mean, he could have been so much more, though. They just
I don't think
really
he wanted
didn't
to be, though. I think he wanted to be a territory guy. I think his ideal kind of wrestling landscape would be the old territory days.
Yeah, but I mean, I just think Jerry Lawler as WWF champion could have been incredible.
I don't think it ever would have worked.
I would have settled for a one-day WWE championship reign of Jerry Lawler back when The Miz was champion.
I could have been down with that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and that was our Sports Star list of the week there. No psyches were broken there, unfortunately.
It wasn't from Meltzer or Eric Rhodes, so like...
I know, right? Yeah, Eric Rhodes, yeah. I was looking for Eric Rhodes too, because it took me a while to find the list for this week. There just wasn't that many.
We went through so many of them last week that he wrote, and you couldn't find one.
I know, right?
Fuck.
All right, so now let's get to some questions here. Not a lot of questions, but we'll get some here. First one comes from Andrew here, and that is, what wrestling finish or moment made you pop the most? Max Moon debut.
Honestly, the one that really comes to my head is when Eugene won the Kurt Angle Invitational.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll never forget Max Moon coming out and he try and blast his way up the steps and everything. I'm like, oh, fucking Max Moon, motherfucker! Oh shit!
I just picture Little Will doing that, and I can picture it. I can actually picture it. Like,
Little Will
kicks his can of diet soda over, like it goes everywhere. Oh yeah, Max Moon.
I wouldn't even drink a diet soda.
Oh, kicks a can of Tab over, whatever.
Oh my god. No, but honestly, like the biggest pop probably. Oh god, I don't know. The first one that popped in my head was, believe it or not, it was Juventud Guerrera versus Ultimo Dragon on an episode of Thunder, and it was when Juventud. Yeah, it was when Juventud won the cruiserweight title for the first time.
Fair. Probably when Benoit won the belt and the night after on Raw when he did the promo that Chris Benoit is for real. Fucking love that. So good.
That and probably another one, like I was live for this one, and I've talked about this one before, but this was probably the greatest thing I ever fucking saw live. I went, as I've mentioned before, I was at No Mercy 05, Eddie Guerrero's last pay-per-view. But the match I remember the most was JBL versus Rey Mysterio. Now, I lived in Houston, Texas at the time, so big Hispanic market there. So Rey Mysterio, super fucking over. Okay? So JBL, of course, super heel.
Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio, you know, the crowd's getting behind him and shit, man. Like, fucking Rey. They're chanting and shit like that. Rey Mysterio gets on the apron, right? And he does a springboard off the top rope. And JBL ducks under his legs, and Rey lands on his feet. And then right away, Rey runs off the ropes. JBL runs off the ropes, and JBL comes back. Wham! Clothesline from hell. You could hear a fucking pin drop in this arena. Because, like, all the fucking momentum in this fucking building just went out because they knew shit was done. Like, all the chants of Rey were done and everything. I wish I could go. I may have to go back and watch that match because I'm pretty sure you could probably hear on there. That was me because I laughed so hard at that because this whole crowd was into it. Then all of a sudden, that clothesline from hell hit, and like it was just fucking quiet.
It's just incredible sometimes.
Is that like a U.S. title match or something?
No, it was just. I think it was
just one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's incredible sometimes how like a move like that can happen or a spot like that can happen, and it just like the crowd's like, what?
Yeah, it was like one of the best things I ever saw fucking live, man. All right, and the inverse to this question is, what wrestling finish had you legitimately annoyed or pissed? WWE 2006.
All of it?
Yeah, just all of it.
Really?
No, I don't know.
That's like...
Like a joke, though.
Yeah. Like a finish to a match, I'm guessing, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man. There's been
Big Show defeating Mark Henry for the World Heavyweight Championship only for Daniel Bryan to cash in.
Really? That made you mad?
It made me mad that they wasted Mark Henry's reign on that finish.
I think mine's like an easy one, but the DQ finish in Hell in a Cell.
Oh God, yeah, that was fucking brutal.
Finlay being disqualified from the Royal Rumble for using a shillelagh was stupid too.
Yeah. You know? And not necessarily a finish, but Max Moon being eliminated from the 93 Rumble. That kind of pissed me off.
That can of tab went flying again.
It went flying for the wrong reason this time, though.
Oh, damn it.
I'm like, oh, fuck, Max Moon's in the Rumble, motherfucker. Oh, God damn it, he's out.
I'll go with that Hell in a Cell disqualification. That was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That was really dumb. Fuck.
That any match that ends with a non-finish, by which I mean, like, if I'm watching like a match on like Raw or pay-per-view or anything, and you know shit's happening, and then like I don't know if like let's say like Drew McIntyre for instance, if all of a sudden he hits like a fucking reverse DDT, and you're like, oh okay, fuck, and then 1, 2, 3, it's over. I'm like, what the fuck was that? You know, like shit like that pisses me off.
I don't mind that on like a Raw or a SmackDown, but if that ends like a World Championship match, yeah, I'd be fucking pissed.
When you guys have your actual three-way dance, I don't know when.
I saw this question earlier and I came up with an answer.
Oh, so you fuckers spy on the questions beforehand?
I only did tonight. I don't normally.
What's the stipulation? All right, Shelby, what is it?
Inferno match.
Oh my god.
Come on, man. An Inferno match, really?
Yeah, man. Let's set one of us on fire and see what happens.
I would only do the Inferno match if the three-way dance was a fatal four-way with either Ricky or Alex.
Well, we can make it happen.
Okay. That'd be the only way I'd do the Inferno match. But if it's just the three of us, I'd want to do a ladder match.
Oh, God.
Oh, yes.
It's a lot of hurt. Let's do a pole match instead.
Why?
Yeah.
Because pole match is less hurt and more goofy. And I mean, none of us are wrestlers anyway, so. I just don't know what we put up there. I know what we put up there.
What?
Nick, do you know what we put up on the poll?
I swear to Christ. If y'all see what I think you're going to
Tully
say.
Blanchard?
I knew it. I knew it. I knew that's what you were going to fucking say.
I was going to say Big Show's boots signed by Tully
That's
Blanchard.
Right.
Let's just put Tully Blanchard up there.
Show's
That's
boots signed by Tully Blanchard.
That bastard.
In addition, Tully Blanchard will verify that he did sign those.
Fuck it. We'll make him the special rep then.
He'll present the winner. Yes.
All right, we're moving on. All right. Next one is favorite foreign object used in a match.
Favorite foreign object.
I like pliers.
Really?
Yeah, if they're gonna like get into the like pulling teeth or like fucking pulling fingers or something like that, I think I like pliers.
I like a gun.
Okay, New Jack.
Yeah. I don't even know if New Jack would be that hardcore. Would have been that hardcore.
I think you would have if you pissed him off.
I think so.
Probably.
If it involved Vic Grimes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Especially after that spot went bad, it was probably just like, oh, damn.
Can you imagine watching a wrestling match and all of a sudden somebody just pulls out a fucking gun?
That'd be cool.
I mean, you could have been watching Raw in '97.
Speaking of which, did you see how Cox showed up to Gage versus Mance Warner at the Outlaw Mud Show event?
Who?
Okay, so it was Nick Gage versus Mance Warner at GCW Outlaw Mud Show, and Cops showed up.
Oh, Cops. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Somebody phoned the police, saying that this had gotten out of hand and that somebody was going to get hurt and that they had to come down here. And then I guess Nick Gage had to explain that it was a wrestling match. And like, oh, yeah.
Wow. Outlaw Mud Show.
No, but I think honestly though, not a gun. I think honestly, I like a good old fashioned steel chair.
Steel chair's dope.
I always pop when I see. Anytime I've seen a cheese grater get busted out in a match, I always
God.
Okay, there, New Jack.
Yeah. Talking New Jack and Nick Gage.
Yeah, the cheese grater or the kendo stick.
Andrew also asked favorite wrestling documentary or biography, but we have a future episode planned for that, so we're not going to answer that tonight. And what other wrestling podcasts do you listen to? I think we've made that fairly obvious.
Yeah.
You know, so it involves Cornette and
mostly Cornette.
Cornette.
Actually, I really like. I don't listen to a lot of Conrad's stuff, but I will listen to Something to Wrestle With, just because I think Bruce Pritchard's really good at telling stories, whether they're true or not. He's still really good at telling
I've heard like one clip from it, but like, I mean, I forgot what he was talking about. I want to say he was talking about Luke Harper, but like, I think Arn Anderson's like really fucking like. Who thought to give him a podcast?
Yeah, that's one that I've been trying to listen to, but I tried to listen to the. I don't like when they do. And Conrad's podcast network does this a lot, but they'll do the like ask blah 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 anything, and then they'll be like, "Whoa, what's your favorite barbecue sauce to use while you're grilling?" And he'll go on about it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your fucking favorite barbecue sauce.
Just the way Arn Anderson sounds, he just never sounds like he wants to fucking be there. It's always just like, "What's your favorite barbecue sauce?" Arn, he's like, "Well, I really like the what's that one they have at the store, the Sweet Baby Ray's, but I also like," I'm like, dude, can you sound a little bit more fucking excited, please?
It's Arn Anderson. Look at that dude. There's nothing exciting about him.
Plus, I think like anybody who wrestled in the territory days, because that's shit that like
the most exciting thing that Arn Anderson has done is take a big shit. Like,
well, and gotten stabbed.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. And get relevant.
He's no Tully Blanchard though.
He's no Tully.
Nope.
I mean, look at that shirt Tully was wearing during the Stadium Stampede.
Oh, God. No,
that
don't.
Sleeveless little number.
Sleepless little number.
All right, these next ones here. We haven't heard from him in a while. Jeffrey the Half-Human Girl.
Oh, I love that name.
He has two for us here. One, what is your favorite WrestleMania entrance ever?
I like the Triple H entrances with Motorhead. I still really like them.
Anything with the motorized ring or the Triple H entrance with Stephanie in the black leather?
The one where they're on the bikes?
No, the one where she does like the little speech beforehand. She's like in the little black fucking one-piece number.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, Nick knows what I'm talking about.
Shawn Michaels in the white. Was that in 26 or 25?
25.
25, yeah, when he's coming down.
That's good. And number two from him is, what is your least favorite finisher?
Coffin drop.
Oh my God!
The coup de grace.
Okay, you're telling me that if you're laying on the fucking mat right now in a ring, and I jump off the fucking top rope and shove my 2 fucking feet into your chest, it's not gonna hurt you.
Oh. It's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna finish the match.
Bullshit.
I'm sorry, but when he already does a double stomp as a signature move, I'm not buying a 190-pound dude going up on the top rope and just doing it from a little bit higher. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it.
And you don't think my 240 fucking ass could fucking come down on you and do a coffin drop and end this shit?
Coffin drop is just a fucking trust fall. That's all it is. It looks fucking stupid. Yes, it is. He fucking falls backwards. That's it.
Your opinion is wrong.
What's yours then, Mr. Fucking Coffin drop is the best move ever?
I never said it was the best move ever.
I was trying to come up with something that was the best I could come up with. What's yours?
My least favorite finisher? I don't know, man. Because there's like a lot of finishers.
I was gonna go with the leg drop, but
as long as you don't say the camel clutch, because I'm pretty sure Iron Sheik will come to find you.
Oh yeah, please don't piss off Iron Sheik. He'll come find all of us.
Least favorite finish? I'm trying to think, man.
Let me say something about those three fuckers on the three-way dance. I one of the 90. I one of the 90. Oh, fuck you. You don't look at my items on eBay. Taliban should never signed my boost. Hot tour.
Who is Tully Blanchard?
Who is Tully Blanchard? He's not a wrestler like Dan Gable. That's right.
Dan Gable.
And Kurt Angle. Okay. I don't know. My least favorite finisher is I don't know. Stupid shit like the heart punch. I think it's stupid.
Yeah. Big Show's knockout punch is kind of stupid too.
No, because I can buy if I got punched in the face.
Well, sure, but he's been punching people in the face way before he was fucking doing that as a finish.
Hell with the big slow.
Bashing boogers like nutsack in the mouth finish. You ever seen that? Yeah. I don't know. That's
Viscera humping you.
Visagra?
Viscera,
No,
yeah, that's a
Visagra's
good one.
awesome.
Visagra.
That's what it's called, Visagra.
Yeah, I know. I just poor bastard.
These last three questions, I'm sure Shelby's gonna love here.
Okay.
They come from Stug138, and the first one. Oh yeah, you're really gonna love these one. From Stug138, his first one is top 3 best corner gas episodes. Shelby, you
first. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna let you guys go first on this one.
No, I insist.
No. It's okay. It's okay. We'll go by in our order of oh shit, that wouldn't work either because I'd be second. Shit. I was gonna say in order of first name. Actually, technically, you're artist, so yeah, in order of first name.
My top 3 would probably be the great table hockey game. I don't know the name of it, but whatever one where Lacey tries to get Hank to play Scrabble because that's the episode that got me hooked. And the eating contest episode.
Mine would have to be the one with the dog that Hank thinks is the littlest.
Oh, yeah. The littlest Yarbo. Yeah.
The one where the one with where the guy at bingo gets hurt and Wanda starts calling bingo.
Yeah. Before you leave.
And there's so many good ones, damn.
I know, right?
And it's on every day. Like I can literally get up at like 10 and from 10 to like 3 o'clock it's just corner gas if I want.
Oh fuck, lucky.
That's Canada.
I know, right? Shit.
I think maybe the fondue. Davis gets the fondue thing in his hand.
Oh, okay. I vaguely remember that. All right, Shelby, you're up. What are your top 3 favorites?
Those are good ones. Yeah.
Okay, so what are your top 3 favorites?
The one where Hank drinks a cup of water.
I don't recall that episode. What else happened?
Oh, it's a great episode. What
else happens in it?
He went to work at the convenience gas station store.
Yeah, he doesn't work at the He doesn't work at the gas station.
Sorry, I didn't mean work. He was there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so was the girl, and she was behind the counter. making jokes and stuff. And then the really dumb one walked in, and they had a conversation.
Okay, that's the first episode. What's the next two?
The one where they buy that one person buys a lottery ticket at the gas station.
I don't recall that one either.
Yeah, it was a good one too.
So I've seen all the episodes. These sound like bullshit episodes.
They're not. They're definitely corner gas episodes.
You've never watched it, have you?
I have seen clips.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
And you call yourself Canadian.
I know, right?
I do because I watched the real good Canadian show called Trailer Park Boys.
It got lame though after Netflix bought them.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Like their first 7 seasons were way better. I believe 9 was pretty good, but all the other ones since like 8 have sucked.
Yeah.
And the next question from Stug here is favorite corner gas character. Shelby.
The guy who drives the pickup truck.
Hank.
Yes.
Hank.
Nick?
Shit, that's hard.
You're right there, Peter.
Nick sounded like over here. Oscar, really? Even though I dressed as Hank one year for Halloween, I think I would have to go with Brett.
Brett was the one I was thinking of earlier. Shit. Brett's the guy who works at the gas station or owns the gas station, isn't it?
Yep.
Brent. Yeah.
And the final question here from Stug138. Have any of you seen the Corner Gas movie? If so, what score would you give it? Shelby.
10 out of 10.
A solid 7.
What?
Yeah.
You call yourself Canadian.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be red, white, but never blue, eh?
Well, it's true.
I beg your pardon. I have a Corner Gas uniform shirt signed by Brent Butt, so ha.
I actually agree with Shelby. It's 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck? Shut up. Name one thing that happens in that movie.
So they're at the gas station.
Okay.
That's the one thing that happens. They're at the gas station.
That's on me. I set the bar too low.
You did. You really did.
All right. And those were the questions this week. Now it's on to our vintage pick of the week. And this is where we pick something, maybe a show, maybe a promo, maybe a match. Who knows? So, Shelby, what's your vintage pick? What 80s match are you going to make us watch this week?
I recently watched the Best of Andre the Giant on the WWE Network, and I really enjoyed a match that he had with Big John Studd before the WrestleMania match. It was a cage match. I believe it was at Madison Square Garden in 1982. Lots of blood, and just 2 big dudes. A good match.
So they went from like, let's have a bloody cage
match to a body slam.
Challenge.
Yeah, at WrestleMania 2. Well, if you consider the fact that there was blood in this match, and you know when they started doing the WrestleMania things, they kind of went a little bit more PG, so to speak. I guess it kind of makes sense, but in the fact that like other than the people who were up in the Northeast at that time at the Madison Square Garden shows, nobody would have really seen that match anyway. So.
Nick, what's your vintage pick of the week?
Triple H's epic oversell.
Which
Shawn Michaels is trying to blow him over.
Yeah.
He's just like spitting. He gets the kid. What was it like? He gets the knee from Orton, and then he's just spitting, and then you see Shawn Michaels get up on the rope, and he's like, like trying to push him, like.
It's like a solid minute and a half of Triple H just like standing there, like waving back and forth. So good. Who sent that? One of us sent that this week. Was that you, Nick?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay,
yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
In my vintage pick of the week, are you guys familiar with the WCW character Kwee-Wee?
Yep.
No. Kwee-Wee was an androgynistic character that WCW had towards the end there, towards 2000, 2001. And he was kind of Rico before there was a Rico, essentially. And some of his promos were just great. And pretty much my vintage pick of the week is anything with Kwee-Wee. That's what I wrote down, anything with Kwee-Wee. Because I remember this one promo fucking... specifically, like Kwee-Wee was looking for competition, so he found like 3 job guys in the back, and I'll never fucking forget this. It was the greatest fucking thing ever. And he was supposed to play it as like a gay man, and but he was all man. Like it was really weird. I don't know. I always liked the character though. So he found like these 3 job guys in the back, and he's like checking them out, like looking at them, like So he goes to the first guy, and he's just like, would you like some of the Kwee-Wee? And the guy's like, what? No. And so then like fucking Kwee like slaps his ass like, and moves on to the next guy. Would you like some of the Kwee-Wee? Like, no. Moves on to the next one. And he's like, yeah, I want some. It's a fucking funny ass fucking promo. I fucking love it. But anything with Kwee-Wee. And plus Kwee-Wee is one half of one of the greatest Goldberg spears ever. There's a match on a Thunder with Kwee-Wee and Goldberg. Like Kwee-Wee used to do this move where like he would springboard off the middle rope and turn and go into a sunset flip. That was like one of his spots. Well, he had a match with Goldberg, and he went to go do that. But as he turned to do the sunset flip, Goldberg spears him out of the fucking air. It's incredible.
Oh, that does sound incredible.
Oh, God, look it up. It is incredible.
Was it last week that you were talking about 7 though?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I actually, after the podcast, I went and found that, and the WWE, like on YouTube, WWE added that clip, but they fucking took out his whole promo, and it's just him coming to the ring.
Oh, man.
I did manage to find it, though. Some other YouTuber had the whole clip up, but I was like, really? You guys fucking took that off? After all the shit.
Oh, by the way, my name's 7 now.
My new name's 7, by the way. Yeah. Now I get to dress up like Uncle Fester all year long.
It was a good promo.
And I know we've been planning a certain episode for a while, but I actually think we're actually going to push that again, because I think next week should be the conclusion of the top 50 greatest tag teams from WWE. So I think next week we're gonna kill ourselves with that list.
Are we gonna have to watch that too, or we just
no? We can just do it like we did the greatest women's list that we did.
Okay.
So I think so. I'm pretty sure the conclusion is either this week. I think it's this week. I'd have to look. If not, I'll think of something. So there's the bell. So you know what that means. That signifies the end of the 3-way dance here. And kind of a short episode there, because we didn't really have much to say about Hell in a Cell.
No, and other than like WrestleMania and the Double or Nothing pay-per-view, these pay-per-views are actually a lot shorter than I remember. This one was like under 3 hours.
And this one only had 6 matches.
Yeah, fucking perfect. Keep them like this.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would have liked more matches that were, more gooder.
Well, I would have liked it if they took some of these off and threw on fucking Reigns and Mysterio. It would have made a lot more sense to me, but,
Or put Rhea and Charlotte in the cell.
That's another good idea.
Yeah. But, all right, leave some questions in the comments for us for next time. Leave all your corner gas questions there for Shelby there. There'll be more.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah, we will see you guys next Wednesday. Until next time, for Shelby and Nick, be breezy.